is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to this week's edition of the John Peacock Coaches Show. I'm John Massoni here with Venice Indian head football coach John Peacock. And Coach, little travel time for the Venice Indians, who got to take a long ride, for time-wise, up to Clearwater Central Catholic. And but for a good reason, good purpose, a big game, and a victory for the Indians, 27-20.
Yeah, we made some mistakes. We didn't obviously play our best football, but we come out with a victory, and that's the main thing. And so that kind of take care of a lot of problems. But moving forward, we got to clean up some things for sure, and make sure we use these next two games getting ready for the playoffs.
CCC had good players. I mean, quarterback was superior.
Yeah, the quarterback was dynamic. Really tough kid. Ran the ball extremely hard and threw a nice ball and was a great leader for him.
Yeah, no, he definitely showed a lot of athleticism, but again, a lot of leadership. He right to that last play where he was making his move.
Yeah, I mean, that guy was probably really, really tired after the game because I don't know how much he ran, but he definitely ran a lot. I don't know how many yards he had, but he had a lot of yards sideways and breaking a lot of tackles and doing a lot of good things for him.
There was a long play where he ran around a lot and he got tackled on our sideline, and I thought he was hurt, but I think he was just tired. Yeah, he sat up like a tired guy.
He did a lot for him. He ran the ball. He was their best runner.
Yeah.
He ran the ball extremely hard, and when they needed him to throw the ball, he was able to find a receiver and get it done most of the night.
And of course, the environment was pretty cool. I mean, those nice looking field and
governor there.
Governor was there.
Yeah.
Yes, you expand on that. That's twice now we've had the governor at one of our games.
That is twice. Yeah, I think Trump is going to be at the Riverview game, but I'm not 100% sure, but this is what I'm hearing.
You never know. I mean, there's something about that. But, no, it definitely brought all the other dignitaries from around the area as well showed up for that one. So, yeah, a lot of Venice support from places maybe you wouldn't expect the edit from. But it was a very interesting evening. And, again, great football game. They were, 14th in the state coming in?
14th in the state coming in, undefeated, had a 3-year, 25-game home win streak. Or not home win streak, regular season, 25-game regular season win streak.
Okay.
3.5-year home win streak.
Yeah. And, again, it was a really cool environment because it wasn't a big stadium, but it was kind of tucked away and it had a lot of stuff around it, almost in a neighborhood kind of setting. So kind of gave itself to a kind of a fun environment.
There definitely wasn't any seats left.
No,
they
there was not.
They didn't have a whole bunch of seating, but there was a butt in every seat for sure.
and of course we packed it out as well on our side. And thank you to our fans every time you guys show up like that. It just definitely shows what we're all about as far as Venice football is concerned and the community of Venice, especially after what we've been through the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was surprised, especially the way our live stream is, how good our broadcasts that we give, and I wasn't sure everybody realized we weren't doing the live stream this past week, but we did have. I mean, every seat was taken in the home side too. I mean, the visitor side. Sorry. So that was nice to see it was nice for the kids when they come off the field to see all that support.
Well, there wasn't technically a live stream, but I get to text about 55 people what's going on during the game.
My wife told me.
And then it goes from there to there to there.
She said it was kind of like the live stream.
He was giving updates as he was trying to duck for cover because a couple times there was a little sideline action I had to watch out for because I usually don't hang on the sidelines. But it's fun to be in and around the action every once in a while.
Yeah, and then speaking of the podcast, I think we're up to like 370,000 views on the year.
We've definitely did a big pop for all the games that we've had, and the last one we had was the IMG game, and that was that was the one that kind of gave us another little influx. So we'll talk about it a little later, but we're back live streaming the next 2 weeks for sure. So we're happy about that. But that was a bunch of you had cell phone towers down.
Yeah, it was tough.
Electrical power. So that was no thing, and then of course
you're going to get internet at some point.
I'm
right?
almost back to the real world. I don't really know what's going on. I got to watch games as a live updating on Google. That's not
Frontier,
too much fun.
If you're listening, anybody from Frontier, you'd like to sponsor, I'll really give a good name for you. I'll really put your name out there for you.
He's got the opportunity to do that for you. There's no doubt about it. So with that, we'll take a break from here at Bogies. Again, Bogies is crowded again a little bit more every week. It's always funny here you come to Bogies. Sometimes the parking lot's full, and the place isn't. Today the parking lot was empty and the place is full.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it works, but they definitely are doing a good job here.
Well, it looks like a lot of people walk from the nearby community.
Yeah, I would probably say they
Definitely
did.
not a young community.
Yeah, but no doubt, but they probably did come on over, and it's appreciated.
Maybe the bus dropped them off, like the little.
Absolutely,
yeah.
no doubt about that one. We'll see them coming here in a little while
Bogey's
as they
night,
come
yeah.
back in. So with that, we thank Bogey, and we thank you guys for watching. Also, we'll take a break right here, come back, and we'll show the highlights from for last Friday night's game against CCC. Hopefully, you'll get a good view of what we couldn't show you on our highlights here. Be right back after this.
Thank you to our 2024 sponsors, Jenkins Chevrolet, the Hupp Group, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Tervis Tumbler, Absolute Aluminum.
Last, we'll have to thank SCF, State College of Florida, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Bogies of Venice, and Chick-fil-A in Pelican Plaza.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
Back here at Bogies in the John Peacock Coaches Show. And, Coach, Friday night there was a lot of different things happening. I said the governor being there. You had all the other people that were kind of hanging around and milling around. But the highlight of everything was the game, because it was a heck of a game. Came right down to the wire. We didn't mention last play. Is that officially a goal line stand? Because they were at the 10-yard line and they had got backed up. So I mean, they started inside the 5.
Yeah, because when the chains drop, it's a goal line stand. It's first and goal. So yeah, definitely goal line stand. Last play of the game.
And then and again with that was going to be the last
walk
play.
Off.
Yeah, that was going to be it.
Yeah.
Whenever what happened. So let's get to the highlights right now, and then we'll show you what happened.
Well, we got the ball first, and we had a great drive. It's a first down catch. It's third down to Ryan Matulovic. Gator breaks out here with a nice run, breaks a few tackles, a couple spins, spin there, and then we're off to the sidelines. And
he even he dipped his shoulder down at one point there. So yeah.
And then the next play, he just finished it off here with a touchdown, makes it 7-0. Defense came out. And they had a little twist for us, but they came out and had a stop.
Yeah.
Forced a punt.
Good job by defense, yep.
You see right there with Landon Marsters. He had another good night. And Eli forcing him out of bounds there on 3rd and long, and that's where we forced the punt. So we get the ball back, and a nice catch by Winnie.
Just nice, easy throw, right there. Get him the ball in his hands.
And then we had a little nice throw there to Scott. That was on 3rd down as well. And then 4th down, we had a 4th down conversion with Macho.
Yeah, we keep breaking their first tackle.
And then Ryan again makes a nice catch, nice little comeback there.
And this Malachi might have had his best game.
Yeah, he had a good night. See Winston doing a good job blocking there, but that was just a little quick swing route out of the trips look, and then Winston finishes off with a touchdown there. And that made it 14-0. Then we actually had to stop, and then we had a timeout and called, and we ended up with 12 guys in the field that forced them with a first down, and we had them stopped again. Chance to put him away is Shari there. Shari had a good night.
Yeah, he played solid.
You see Matulovic, another really nice catch going over top. And Winston again over here in the middle. We had a really efficient night throwing the ball. 15 of 18, 170 yards.
That's what I was saying. It was very efficient.
And Gator again, he was averaging 12 yards a carry on the night.
265, I think, is what he finished with in the night.
On 21, so it's well over 10 yards a carry, which is great. Nice play there on 3rd down. Forced another punt, and then we actually got the ball back and turned it back over to him. So laying in there, another nice tackle. And we almost had a goal line stand here. The quarterback made a great play. This is 3rd down.
That's when he thought it looked like he was down, and his knee never touched, and they ended up scoring.
Yeah. And this is just towards the end of the half here. You see Malachi again with his lane over the middle. And Gator had a nice run too in the half. It somehow
I thought he was going to score.
Yeah, it missed the highlights there. And then defense came out. This is the third quarter. Defense came out and got us a stop right away. I think it was a 3-and-out right away. Got the ball back.
And we scored pretty quick after that, right?
Yeah, we scored pretty quick. They put us up 2 scores. And we're like 1 inch away. See, Gator has a nice run here. We're 1 inch away from, making a 3-score game, and we put the ball on the ground again. But nice run by Gator. That was a play 2 coming out of the halftime. And we only ran, see Ashari getting to the quarterback. We only ran 16 plays the entire second half, and 5 of those plays were us trying to run the clock out.
Yeah, and that because that big run with Gator for that touchdown sort of gave the ball back to them quick, and they played a little ball control against us.
Punted for the first time in a while.
Almost got blocked.
We didn't get it running into the punter. He did have a 50-yard punt, which is good. Right at the 10, that's pretty good.
And inside the 20 is always a positive.
Yeah. And then I think they went on a really long drive here.
They did. It was a good portion of the second half of the game.
Yeah, and that's why they kept the ball out of our hands for a long time on this drive. You see Judson. Judson had a nice game. Judson had a big hit there.
And there's
Ashari. He had a cause fumble there, but he never realized he had it.
Yeah. And that's what their quarterback was doing. That's kind of seeing him sort of get his feet underneath him, looking at him make a play, and he's scrambling around like doing that stuff all night.
Yeah, and he gets away that's almost a completion. Some of those he did complete.
Yeah.
And some of those that run around like that ended up getting 4 or 5 yards.
With a good catch by Malachi.
Yeah, first down.
Another one right there.
And then we fumble here the next play and get the ball right back to them. And they have another long drive.
Yeah, you chase them like Ashari chases them all across the field. That's a lot to do after a while. You're chasing that kid around all night.
Yeah, and that play didn't seem like much, but it's a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big play right there.
Yeah, we actually forced a punt here, and we got the ball back. We got the ball back on the 5-yard line. Right here, that was after a punt, and we're trying to close the game out here. And Gator has a nice run to open it up for 16 yards. And another big gainer right here, kind of back to back. And then we
it was a 4th down play.
4th down play.
Yeah.
Didn't get it. They called it a fumble. And then here, this is the last drive. This is 2nd down. And then they actually have to. Well, actually, this was
sack.
This was 2nd down.
Then they had to spike it.
He had to spike it here because the time was running.
And this
was
the last
play of the game.
And I thought he was right there, and I thought he had a chance, and then he just got tripped up, and that was the ball game right there. That's how it ended.
So that was it.
So 27-20 final score. Question for you. I was gonna bring it up earlier, but I'll bring it up now. Refereeing on Friday night was good. I thought it was consistent on both sides. One thing I did notice, though, that they let the play go a little longer than they didn't have a quick whistle. And I think at least one of the times, it was at least twice, it was cause of a fumble for us. Are you like a let the play go a little longer guy, or are you more inclined to say like, hey, when forward momentum's going, stopped, and you got 2 guys holding somebody up and the pile's sort of jiggling along, do you blow it dead, or what do you?
Well, I think I think they did a pretty good job. When the ball's still kind of being moved, I think you let it go until they're down or it's completely stopped. They did a nice job. I don't think it was more of the ref, but they did a nice job. They were coached to go after that ball.
No, that's what I'm saying. They took advantage of it.
They were definitely going after the ball on every single play. So that's something that's, they were coached to do that, and obviously coached very well to do that. So, and it paid off for them because they got 3 turnovers, and they were actually going for the ball every single play.
Right. And uncharacteristically, 3 turnovers for us. Obviously, it's ball security. You can say it over and over again, but that sometimes is a massive equalizer in a game where, you're going to score, you fumble.
Right.
You're going to put the game away, you fumble. And, you could argue on one or two of them, say, that shouldn't have been a fumble. Kid was down, or he was almost down, or he wasn't down, he was across the line, and that kind of thing. But
the only one I had a question was on the last one of the game on the first down. I thought we got the first down, and I thought Gator reached the ball out, and then the guy took it well after him being down.
Right.
And they could have just as easily just said that he was short.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're right, because it could have been down before the ball even reached out. So that's for sure. But otherwise, like I said, great competition. You love to see a team like CCC step up to play Venice. Not saying that they're not, they're way down.
There's a reason they do it, because they have to go through Chaminade to win the whole deal.
Right.
So a lot of people don't think that way or look at it that way, and obviously that's what we did. Is when we said, we got to beat St. Thomas, so who do we play? We go play IMG.
Right.
So
right.
The CCC is looking at like, hey, we got to go beat Chaminade. So who do we play? They played us. They're going to play St. Francis Academy this coming week.
That's a heck of a step up right there for them as well.
So they're looking at the big picture rather than I need to get have a great record here at the end of the day, and I don't know what you're looking for is a great record. So their coach, he's looking like, hey, we need to play some competition, and we need to get ready and have a chance against Chaminade. So where some programs don't look at it like that. They just say, hey, we're going to schedule who we can win or who we think we can beat, and then whatever happens in the playoffs happens.
Right, and I think what happens is you get sort of stuck in that spot. You can't get out of that spot.
We were 13-0 going in to play St. Thomas, and nobody was close to us, and we got reality check pretty quick.
Right, and then you figure out we got to get used to this.
Yes, exactly.
There's got to be a way to get used to all this stuff. So but 27-20. Looking forward to now the rest of the season. 2 more games to go. We'll talk about how things finally got set up and moved around a little bit to do that. We'll take a quick break here from Bogies and come back and talk about this upcoming week's last regular season home game against Sarasota, and what we look forward to with the Riverview game week after that. Be right back here at Bogies, the John Peacock Coaches Show, right after this.
Thank you to our 2024 sponsors, Jenkins Chevrolet, the Hupp Group, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Tervis Tumbler, Absolute Aluminum.
We'll also have to thank SCF, State College of Florida, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Bogies of Venice, and Chick-fil-A in Pelican Plaza.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
We're back here at the John Peacock Coaches Show. Coach, Sarasota was always on the schedule for this week, senior night for Venice High School, but going a little ahead of ourselves, we finally rescheduled the Riverview game, got a solid date. Can you tell us all about that?
November 1st, right?
Yes.
Right. So it's going to be basically we're playing Sarasota this Friday, then we're playing Riverview next Friday. So which really works out in our favor because originally we were going to play on a Monday, which is not always beneficial for everybody, especially Riverview. They were in a situation where
wild amount of the games.
Yeah, they had to make up 5 games in a process of 3 weeks. So that's 2 midweek games thrown in there. I mean, that's a lot of football, and that's probably the best decision was for them to drop that Manatee game and to be able to get all their district games. You think they had to get 3 district games in? Right.
Yeah, they had none. They had none of them at that point.
So we were kind of really fortunate the way it worked out. Originally we thought we were going to play Riverview on a Monday, but now we're playing them on the week 11, and we still. Even with all that said, originally we had that bye week built in to the end of this season, and we still have that now because the state took the bye week from the end of the season right before the state championship and put it at the beginning of the playoffs. So, that's for that to have it work itself out in a tough scenario because obviously, you can't plan on hurricanes and when they're going to hit and what part of the state they're going to hit.
So they got to look at the big picture for everybody.
I think where the big mistake was made was not playing that Riverview Sarasota game on that Friday when they probably could have.
Right.
And then that put kind of then when the second hurricane came, now you're in a real bind.
Now you're behind by a couple of weeks, and that's hard to catch back up from that situation. But anyway, let's go to Sarasota. Sarasota coming in, district game, and of course how important the district games are. We all know that, and they come in, and I know they're struggling a little this year. New coach. Give us a preview of Sarasota.
Yeah, new coach, Amp Campbell. Who came. He was obviously he was a star at Riverview High School, and when he played, and he went on to play at Michigan State, and I think he played a couple years in Denver, maybe.
I think he did.
And then he was with Coach Smithers on his staff, and then he left this past off season and took the Sarasota job. And to be honest, it's always tough when you're one taking over a new job at a new school and kind of building from the ground up. But a lot of those players left.
Yeah, 3 coaches in 3 years.
Yeah, so I mean he had a lot of kids that transferred and left his school and went to other area schools. So that makes it even tougher. So where now you're going in and not only do you have to kind of rebuild and kind of build your culture, you had these kids that left that never really gave him an opportunity to see what he could do because they left before you got there. So but looking at it, it looks like he's doing a heck of a job. They're 3-3.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. That was going to be my point. It's not like it's oh my God, this is a total disaster. It's not.
Right.
It's showing signs of that there's something to build on.
There's no doubt, and he will, especially with they can look at him and say, all right, well, he's doing that with less. Mm-hmm. He went 3-3 with less than less.
Right.
So he'll have a good opportunity to build something solid there and put his culture there. So I mean, obviously, the culture's good. If stepping in, he's 3-3, and I'm not saying he's gone out and beaten a top team in the country or the state, but nonetheless, he's 3-3.
He came in a situation where he maybe had like one hand tied behind his back in the sense.
No, there's no doubt he did. Yeah. He did for sure.
And then to get things established, a cultural change is winning. Get that part of it.
That's the first part.
You put 3 on the up there. You're like, okay, this is what winning feels like.
Well, you go in and you take a job. The first thing you got to think about is blocking, tackling, taking care of the football.
Right.
Then the next thing you think of is like, we got to win some games. And now we got to win some games. Now we got to keep our kids here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
And
then once you keep your kids there, then you start winning and you have that culture. Then like everyone outside sees like, hey, I want to be part of that as well.
You build your off-season program, you build everything up around that, and the kids start to see the productivity out of that. So no doubt about it. So again, Sarasota Friday night, 7:30. Be there early if you want to see the seniors get acknowledged. I think there's like 7:00 start for that, and so that'll be there as well. And looking forward to a big crowd as always on a what hopefully be another beautiful Friday night. Weather's been fantastic since
it's been great.
Our buddy Milton left town, so it's been really good. So we've been taking advantage of that for sure. Take one more quick break, come back and talk a little bit about what's leading up to the next week's game, and maybe talk a little bit about just some stuff that's going around Venice football. With that, we'll be back right after this.
Thank you to our 2024 sponsors, Jenkins Chevrolet, the Hupp Group, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Tervis Tumbler, Absolute Aluminum.
Last, we'll have to thank SCF, State College of Florida, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Bogies of Venice, and Chick-fil-A in Pelican Plaza.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back for our last segment of the John Peacock Coach Show for this week. And, Coach, I mentioned that Riverview is now the last game of the year at their place on a Friday night. So it's in the comfort zone of having a normal week preparation-wise. you've already probably done some prep work because you were planning on playing them a few weeks ago. But do you go back and recircle back and look at things and what happened the last couple of weeks, or do you go and say that this, just a little brush up kind of thing?
Yeah. So I already have my game plan together for rear view, and then so what I did what I'm going to do this coming weekend is I'm going to look at what has happened in the past couple of weeks,
Right.
and just kind of go off my sheet and say, all right, well, yeah, that's still good. That's still good. Let's change this. Let's add that. So
right.
Majority of the work is done. So it'll just be more of like a situation where we play rear view in regular season and we play them 3 weeks later in the playoffs.
Right.
That's happened the last couple of years, and it might happen again this year.
And a road game to sort of end the year. It's not a bad way to end. Go up the block and play your rival and it's sort of almost like you'd probably say, well, if I could have designed it that way, maybe that's the way I would have done it.
I mean, the Ram Bowl is kind of like home.
It's there, right?
I mean,
it's right there.
I mean, knock on wood,
we've done well.
Yeah,
exactly. You've done well.
Yeah,
so I'd say that overall. I mean, I think it's going to be the next two games because you're rivaling it up in district. You're going to have a lot of motivation from both sides. They're going to be motivated to knock us off, and we're going to be motivated to make sure that we get all they keep everything on course.
Like we were talking about before, is they might be in a situation where it's playoff time for them. They might be
Absolutely.
It might be a game to where it's kind of do or die.
And then, by the way, Sarasota the same way. Sarasota pulls off an upset. Boom.
Yeah, Sarasota beats us.
They're right back in. They're right in the middle of all that stuff.
They're probably in.
And that talk about a culture change. Talk about to get yourself back on track. You make the playoffs, do some things like that, and you're really talking about it. So we got to expect to
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, but again, I guess the point is everybody's going to give the best.
Oh yeah.
And these guys, they're going to come in.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, so you're going to get the best. You're going to get everything they can throw at you, the kitchen sink, you name it, and being prepared for it. And I think that motivation is really good for the kids too.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be no lack of focus.
We did it in 07.
Right.
We did it in 07.
Yeah.
We came and went in into Manatee and beat Manatee and Joe Canan, and
it was a big deal.
It was a huge deal. No one expected that.
No, and that's the thing I mentioned because you know that again that there's emotions. There's a lot of things tied into
for
it.
Sure.
And we talked about we had 3 fumbles against CCC. There's an equalizer in a lot of those situations. So it's going to be fun. Trying to get everybody motivated to be involved in these games because these are going to be great football games in regards to the
right
to the
inside
atmosphere.
the county. It's going to hopefully have a good crowd, and
that's the other part of it. It's local. It's good to have rivals all over the place if you can have them. It gives it that energy, if you want to call it. I mean, even in some cases, we got to the point now with IMG, we play them a lot, so they're kind of a rival in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I think that's something that's when you see
everybody
somebody
loves
over
us so much, so it's tough for anyone to call us a rival. Like everyone's like, oh, we love Venice so much. Like, why are we playing these guys?
Yeah. I know where you're getting at. But anyway, please come on out. Friday night, 7:30 is the kickoff. 7 o'clock senior night. Sarasota Sellers are in town against the Venice Indians. And if you can't watch or come to the stadium, watch us on the live stream. The very popular Fab and Aspect VSN live stream that we do on Friday night.
Very, very popular.
Looking
very
to go
popular.
over 400,000 views.
Let's bust that 400.
That's absolutely right. And
this week.
And everybody needs to get it out there and let everybody know that that's what's going on. And it's easy to find.
Yeah.
Link it up to Vibrant Aspect Media, or you can go through. I think through the Touchdown Club or the football page.
I think right
football.org.
Yep.
So go there as well. So with that, Coach, good luck on Friday night. I'll see you then.
Thank you.
By the way, happy Halloween, everybody. It's Halloween coming up in a couple
next week.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's next week. We're dressing up. Don't ruin it.
Gosh.
It's
See,
next week.
I got ahead of myself because I'm talking about way ahead of
next week
everything else.
You'll say Happy Thanksgiving.
Merry Christmas. It'll be somebody's birthday. I'll be saying Merry Christmas like Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
With that, we're leaving you here from Bogies for the John Peacock Coach Show. Coach Peacock, John Masoni, Francis Haynes behind the camera. Thank you for watching again. See you next week.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an